Could you just briefly explain what sort of paganism it is that you represent, and how, if at all, it is distinguished from other so-called pagan movements such as Wicca?
Yes, that's a very good question. It's essentially truthful, because most people know in their hearts that those who describe themselves as pagans are prone to be like that. That university experience is probably a little quote-unquote extreme, but broadly speaking it's morally true. As an essay in discovery. My view is quite simple. Paganism and Christianity are the wrong way around. Christianity has influenced our culture for 2,000 years. Christianity has provided the ethical and aesthetic superstructures through which most Western people think. Reality is pagan, man is pagan, nature is pagan. Pagans have reacted against Christianity, which is deep down a quote-unquote left-wing religion of humanism, love and tolerance, in an aggressive, leftist and alternative way. Contemporary pagans believe that Christians are conservative, that they're staffy, that they stand for Daily Mail and family-concentric values. They will rebel against that in every respect. And Christians think of pagans as woolly, alternative, leftists who want to tear things down. In actual fact, paganism is pre-Christian, is barbaric, is natural law oriented, is morally fascistic. However, pagans would scream at the idea of that and would run from the room. And Christianity is a religion of tolerance, love and peace. So they're the wrong way around. They're completely the wrong way around, and in their full symmetry or asymmetry, they indicate everything that's happened. That and it's a sort of it's the part of the generalised tragedy. A lot of Christian people are quite those that remain a bit residually patriotic and so on are quite right wing. A lot of pagans are beyond the Guardian, and the two are the wrong way around. The reason why Christianity has had such unbelievable influence in our culture, to the degree that I'm not anti-Christian in the sense of culturally disavowing it, because you cut off 70% of the way in which the West achieves what it is. It can't be done and shouldn't be attempted, in my view. The change is ethical. Everyone's a pagan, really. If somebody pushes you, you push them back. The Catholic school I went to had a lovely little chap who taught piano, and he said to me, "Why is there so much bullying in this school?" He said, "This is a Catholic school, this is a Christian school. Every day I go in, the boys are bullying each other. I saw a boy with his blazer over his head and another boy was booting him in the playground." He was quite morally shocked. He was genuinely, morally a Christian man, which very few people are. And I respected him for that, because it is a conceptual and an ethical and a spiritual viewpoint. Hardly any Christians are really like that. It's a cultural label that I was born into, that everyone in the West was born into at one time or other. And I said to him, because human nature's like the way that they are. It's an all-male school, they're fighting violently amongst each other for hierarchy and supremacy, and it's a test. And he said, "But that's terrible." I said, "That's horrible. That means that we're not that much beyond a guerrilla colony." And I said, "That's life. You have an ideal about how it should be, but it's not how it is." And so these pagans are sort of worse than a travesty, really. It is ridiculous. Although some of their truths, that good and evil go together, that reality is non-dualist, that nature dominates life, that nature has a sacred dimension, those are actually true. But essentially you've got the leavings, the cultural spastics, and that sort of thing all gathered together in one area. Whereas paganism is really about strength and morality and going towards the sun. And it's not, you don't have to believe in gods and goddesses, they're just the personification of those forces. I never really was a Christian. Culturally I've got great admiration for elements of Christian art, more so than most people who are pagan, who have violently reacted against it. I don't really share that emotions, but I don't agree with Christian ethics. Deep down, they've ruined the West, and we're in the state that we are because of them.